Yes, people, we are live. We are finally here to talk about other games other than the main one yesterday. It's the morning time for Mo, by the way. So wish him a good morning and wish me a good afternoon because it's 3:40 in the UK right now, where it's not actually raining. It's looking all right. I'm looking outside now. It looks okay. It looks okay. I hope everyone else's day is going well as well. 15 of you nice and early. Make sure you're smashing the like button as it helps us with our algorithms, as you mainly know. But big up to anyone that's here. But there's loads to talk about today as well. Like we went on and on yesterday about Salah, Liverpool, Arsenal to some extent, and Manchester City with respect. At the same time, we've got other games to talk about a little bit. Chelsea, got to talk about a little bit on the Man United game. Was it an actual goal or not? Even just decisions in general with refereeing around the English football, how bad it really is. But first and foremost, as you guys know, we have to run our intro just so you guys can, have a little bit of a little uplift this morning, this afternoon. Just listen to it and just deep how good it really is. Big up, Soups. And we're back. By the way, we're going to have a couple people joining us, Mo. Do you know who's going to be?
Let the people guess, guys. We're gonna have
Who
a
do you think? Who
Liverpool
do you think?
fan,
Yeah.
and we
It's
have
some.
a City fan, guys. Just for a little bit of banter between them. So let us know who do you think is gonna join us.
So
But
I'll give
first
him
of
a.
all,
I'll
let's
give him a
just big up
guess.
the people in the chat.
Yeah,
Everybody
100%.
here, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like the video while Cass is showing your comment. Make sure this like button is lit under your video on your phone. Give us that like. It is fantastic that we're here with you for Monday morning for me and Monday afternoon for everybody in the UK and Monday evening for people in Asia if you're watching us from Asia. Cass are you better now after your point
Yeah.
yesterday with Newcastle? I know
Nah,
I
I've.
saw you on Twitter. You were a little bit pissed about the referees, and you think pathetically you think it's a goal. And if that's
I
how
think it
you
is a
want to
goal.
win, if you
No,
were to
no,
talk
no. There's
about
more
the
to it. There's more
penalty,
to it.
listen,
Nah,
listen.
Mo, don't do
If you
this.
will
Don't do
talk
this.
about the penalty and the Sancho penalty on Longstaff, we might have a discussion. But
No,
for
but
you
that's
to
the.
come in and tell me that you want to win like this with the pathetic Ronaldo getting the ball from Pope trying to score like this,
No,
come
all
on, just
right.
give me a break,
I've
please.
got my reason. I'm gonna go through some of the comments first and foremost. I never ever really complain about referees, by the way. This is the thing. But now it's getting to the point where I'm seeing pundits like yesterday. Danny Murphy was on Match of the Day was trying to say the officiating is getting a lot better, especially with his name Andrew Taylor. Oh, I know, sorry, Anthony Taylor, the one that refereed
Oh, pathetic.
the game,
It's pathetic.
and everything, letting challenges run and whatnot. So, you know what? I just had a moment, didn't I? I just don't know how to get my words out. Flip.
I,
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like that guy. But I hate the refereeing in England right now. Honestly, it's been like that for a long time. But anyway, let me go through some of the comments. Bailey, big up Solar MCFC saying make sure you subscribe YouTube with notifications on the bell. So make sure you hit the bell where it says obviously you can notify when we're next on, and hit the like button because they're important. Big up Sid, big up Kai as well. Big up YNWA. Oh, let me go through your comment quickly. He says, "Cause Arsenal were lucky yesterday. Which team won't need a bit of luck? Every team needs a bit of luck. Every team that needs it to get through the season. So it's nothing too much on Arsenal there. Let's go through YNWA as well. I'm just here for Daps tears. Need my cup of tea. I boil them tears, boy. Boil them tears. Jamie says Salah Defo Blankin versus the next 5 mid-table teams he plays. That is a big. That's a big statement, man.
It
Big
doesn't
up for
matter.
the
He's a
man.
big game player, bro. Big game player. You want a big game? You
Yeah.
want this guy.
Noz as well. I ain't seen you in a while, Noz. I think I might have seen you yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but nice to see you back here. Big up Wayne, big support. Past week you've been around Wayne, man. Big you ain't even why you haven't even insta DM me. Are you going to any United games soon? I'm going to the Tottenham game on Wednesday. I'll be going to the West Ham game the following Sunday as well. So if you're there, let me know because I know you're gonna be coming over from Ireland. Big up everyone else. Jessica Lambert in the building saying afternoon City fan coming in. Don't worry, we'll have a City fan coming straight for you back, Jessica, to talk about those tears of yesterday. A little bit more subtle. I wouldn't say I think it's like it's a new day. It's a new week of six. No, you know what? Wait, when's the Premier League? Like tomorrow and Wednesday, right?
It's Tuesday and Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah. So we've got only today and tomorrow to really do something to Daps. Forehead Warriors.
No. We have a lot because they don't play until the weekend. You know that.
Why is his name Forehead Warrior? Say Dapson was not once somebody else. He was actually, so if you was watching this show last week, you'll know who it is. We'll see if he's got the same energy as he did last week because it was a complete difference. Because remember, same man talking about questions of Klopp. Do you remember, Mo?
Yep. Yeah.
You remember? And I guarantee today is going to be a whole difference. He's going to be joining in the next 15 minutes or 10 minutes. But yeah, obviously you guessed it. I'll give you one. Daps is coming on. Don't worry. Is it Hugh that's coming on? No, it's Daps. It's Daps. Anyways, but big up everyone else that's in here. But obviously Mustafa as well. But make sure you're running up those likes. It helps us push us to new subscribers. We're on 28 likes at the moment. Push us up to 50. Let's get that nice and quick. I don't even know where to start. Mo, I'll be real.
Let me start by mine. Okay, let's get United and Newcastle out of the way. Let's get Man United.
Right, let's get United. Okay.
Tell me what you think about that. First of all, tell me what you think about. Forget the referees. I'm gonna tell you what I think about the 2 penalties and the goal. Tell me what do you think about your game plan without Eriksen, and tell me about Bruno. How bad was Bruno? And how bad was Fred?
All right, cool. You know what? The maddest thing is none of the team played bad. It was the execution that was bad only. Like as a team, as a collective playing football and everything, if anyone actually watched the 90 minutes of the game, like I did, obviously I've been ill. That's why I haven't been on Never a Foul. But yesterday I had to sweat it out through frustration because we didn't win. You put a different manager in there, we lose that game, by the way. We don't create the chances that we did in moments where they did defend in a deep block in the second half. It was a bit hard. To be fair, I wouldn't say deep. I would like to say it was more of a mid to low block. It wasn't exactly deep, but they did get back very well. The only issue is with Man United, we could have moved the ball a little bit faster, and the execution of final third passes and everything alongside it was bad. Like Anthony should have kept running down the line and put the ball in with his left or right foot, maybe pass to Bruno. Same with Sancho. All the time you got wingers cutting into their favored foot, which is slows down the play, allowing Newcastle to get back into their shape. But it doesn't mean we didn't create because we did. Anthony had a few shots. Sancho, I thought he got hard done by. I think he was one of the better players yesterday. His positioning was very good. He got ignored. And then it comes to that decision where the referee did blow the whistle. We saw it a couple more. See, with the Ronaldo thing, what I want to highlight, Mo, the referee done exactly the same thing where the keeper would come, they blew the whistle, hand up, same thing. Keeper would roll it, and Trippier would absolutely try thump it into United's box. So I'm going to offer that logic. Same thing. Referee blew the whistle, put the hand up, by the way, to signal that he can go. What was going to happen is, obviously, I don't think Pope had much imagination, but it looked like the player did not need to kick it. It was in a position it was needed to be. Ronaldo snussed it out, and he went and scored. Because the thing is, if the referee was confident, why didn't he just completely disallow it straight away? He had to think about it for 5-10 seconds before he made the decision that it's not going to run, because it would have looked bad on him if he got it wrong. That's where and the thing is, it was coming out that potentially he was right. It was right all along. It was a complete legal goal. And it was just that Pope didn't, respond to it quick enough, and he didn't know, and he was confused, which is, I'm not mad about that. The thing I'm mad about is the penalty decision. Wilson, that I just looked at again, that was a penalty. Ronaldo, that was a penalty because it was exactly the same thing. In terms of when Trippier took him out, and the Sancho thing, that was a complete penalty. He swiped him. Yeah, it looked a bit theatrical, but he did get him. If you get touched, you go down. Like, it's as simple as that. And obviously the Fred miss, the Rashford miss. I think Joe Linton missed a goal as well, but other than that, Newcastle didn't do shit. So it is what it is, and we're not the only team that got bumped by refereeing in this league. Chelsea got hard done by, then Spurs got hard done by. Newcastle have been hard done by a few times as well, so they would understand a lot more. You could even say Liverpool have been bumped a little bit this year as well in terms of refereeing decisions. you could say the Fabinho thing yesterday was a bit soft. Maybe the tug of the
I
shirt.
watched.
Maybe
I
should have.
watched the game.
But
Okay,
a
I
foul
watched the
is a
game.
foul. I get it. I'm not going to be mad at it. I don't think City fans will be mad at it because a foul is a foul. He tugged it for a bit too long. He allowed contact.
Dude,
They're
he
trying to let
dragged him down.
let it
It's a
run.
foul. It's 100% a foul. He dragged him down with the shirt. It's just it's as simple as that. But for Man United, listen, number one, it doesn't matter if the referee blew the whistle or not. If you have a corner and the referee blew the whistle and someone hands it to somebody else and they haven't played the corner, the play hasn't started yet. Number two, before Ronaldo kicks the ball inside the net, the referee whistle. That means the game stopped at that point. It doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter. The referee whistled the game to stop the play. That means he thought that Shaw didn't play. So didn't restart the play. It's done. For the penalty on Sancho, the same exact penalty, I thought it was called for Bamford or something like this.
Oh yeah. There was one. I get it. Yeah, it was exactly
So
the same thing.
it was
I
supposed
think
to be a
so.
penalty. He stepped on his foot. It's a simple thing. It's a penalty. And for Callum Wilson penalty on Varane, Callum Wilson kicked into Varane's leg. It is not a penalty for everybody that thought it's a penalty, and it's very good from the referees. However, I agree with you that the refereeing quality
in England
has
alone,
been down
alone.
really, really bad. And I know why, because they rely on VAR a lot. They want the game to be re-refereed on the pitch. The referees don't want to blow the whistle. They're scared to do it, and they rely. And to be honest, these referees coming up, they're not the same as Clattenburg. You remember these? Even Mike Dean was a better referee. I know he liked to be the center, but he got most of the calls correct. Mike Dean, he was not that bad. Not like these. I think these new referees are they're not as good as in the 5 years
German
before,
referee.
between
I like
2010
German.
and 2015. They were
No, let's
good.
go back a little bit more. Even between some cases, 2003, 2002, you could say the millennium era of referees, that sector there, the players respected the referees. Nowadays, you can kind of see the respect coming back because I would say around 2010, that era, it was a lot surrounded. That's why VAR and everything came around a little bit more because to protect referees anyways. But I get it. There was obviously cases, the Drogba thing and everything. There was some questionable refereeing around Barcelona. I feel like the German referees have got it patterned. I think they got very, very good referees and they don't tolerate players talking shit. But the thing with English referees, they just don't know how to make their mind up. They don't know how to back themselves. And the thing is, they're just never consistent with it. They'll make a decision one game and exact same thing the next game. They'll be like, you know what? I might have got it wrong last week. It's not a penalty this time. Sorry. Like, I don't want it to be on me again. Just own it. Like, we're human. We make mistakes. That's the beauty of the game, right? We make mistakes. We talk about the controversy the next day and we move on. There's a reason why English referees are not there in apparently there's no English referees in the World Cup. Apparently there's no English referees as well when it comes to Champions League games. There's less and less because they don't rate them because they're shit. Like
Lately,
that is what
the
it is.
referee has been really bad, and it's if this game proves something, it proves that Man United they still lack cutting edge. Is that sounds correct to you? You lack cutting edge.
Yeah,
especially in the final third.
But what does that mean for Man United? They are missing what? A striker.
A striker to put the ball at the right. Like imagine, Cass, you have Callum Wilson playing for you in this game.
He scores, I think.
Exactly.
Just the movement alone. The movement alone scores. I think Rashford changed the dynamic when he came on. Like, we looked a lot more fluid. The attack was a lot better. It was just a shame that he was ill. Ronaldo did his bit, but Ronaldo's not enough in this sort of game. We all knew this. And they all can say, if Ronaldo was where Rashford was, he would have scored. That's if Ronaldo was in the same position as Rashford. Who knows where he was going to be? So, do you get what I mean? Rashford's finishing hasn't been on point, but the fact he's getting into these positions, he's actually playing well. That's the thing. He's actually doing well. Nunes, on the other hand, we'll talk a little bit about later. Good movement, everything, but it's just the execution all wrong. The final third decisions. Sorry, I was just gonna go. Yeah, we did. We're gonna talk about that now as well. Sorry, let me get this question. Cass, my issue was the referee weren't consistent yesterday. It was a foul, yes, but how many fouls that was worse that he weren't given them? Then he decides to give Foden's
doesn't matter,
goal
but
as
they
a
didn't
foul.
lead into a goal. Melly. Like they did not lead into a goal. That's the problem. Like, you can let things go, but that foul, a tug of the jersey is different than a shoulder, than a shove, than a
I'll
pull.
come back
This
to
is
that.
very, this is a blatant foul. You pull someone's jersey, it's a foul. Yeah,
This Michael
Michael,
Oliver,
I
I
agree with this.
hate him.
Yeah,
Look at
remember
Emma.
Madrid, Juventus, when he gave that, like, and he couldn't control the game at all. I think I think this guy likes to look tough, Michael Oliver, but he's not.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
he's like he's the kid. Yeah, I'm not joking. This man used to get his lunch taken back in school, bro. Like, I'm telling you now,
I
he
don't
looks like
know.
the man. No, because I've seen this so many cases. Yeah, we grow up, right, and like, you get it. I get it. You used to be that kid in school. Some may got. Look, I don't atone for bullying. I hate bullies. I hate them. He might look like a kid that got bullied in school, but he looks like that guy that went and got. No one likes a rat. He reminds me a bit like a rat. Like, he just goes and tells on people and the teachers and everything. Just reminds me of that kid, that, you know, that little brother that, or little sister or something like that. No matter what you do, they're going to tell mum and dad. But I could be wrong. But so it's like Emma
I'm
K. Look,
gonna. I don't want to get into the City Liverpool thing.
yeah, but no, we're
All the
waiting on them.
talk.
We wait. Don't worry, we're
I'm waiting.
waiting on them. We're waiting
But
on them.
let
So
me from
big up Emma,
Newcastle's
man.
point. If you're not done, if you're done with Man United and you want to talk
No,
about
not yet.
Ericsson, you
Let's
remember
talk
I
about
got
Ericsson.
into it on Twitter with what's his name, the guy that runs Spaces, Johnny.
Uh,
Johnny.
Johnny. Oh, okay,
He's
yeah. He
like,
has a.
play Ericsson as a 10. And I'm like, Ericsson is not a 10. Ericsson is not a 10. You lose Ericsson in the midfield, you lose the control of the game, you lose the tempo, you lose the movement. He is the one who directs the play. You know, like, this is what Antonio Conte did to him. And when you remember when he went to Brentford, he was in a 10, he was a deep line playmaker. And with United, I think this guy,
I,
we saw the
I
difference yesterday between
but the
him
thing is,
and Fred.
but the thing is though, yesterday Man United didn't play a 4-2-3-1. We didn't actually see Bruno occupy the 10 space. We actually played a 4-3-3. If you look at Fred, he was more up the pitch. This is where I want to use Fred. But the thing is with Fred, he's limited on what he does. He's not a finisher. He's nothing else. He's just a guy that's going to haggle, win you the ball back, and press and do what he needs to do. He's like it's like a dog with rabies or something like that. He just don't leave you alone. So he's just a
Can I get
wild.
a comment out of the way?
Go
Just
on, go
one
on, go on.
comment. Melly, I just want to say something. I'm not here to talk about Inter. I know you wanted me to talk. It's a Premier League Chronicles. We're here to talk about the Premier League. We'll have Inter Worldwide or Uncle Sharma. We do like talk about Inter, but this is the Premier League Chronicle as it's on the screen. I'm not going to talk about Inter winning in the league.
Yeah, so big up everyone that's here.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, 105 of you, Daps and another Liverpool fan from last week. If you did watch our show, you'll know who it is. Let's see if he's going to have a different opinion because I'm going to call him out on it. But they will be joining us very shortly. So big up everyone that's here. Do smash the like button. Why should you smash the like button? Why we say that is because it helps us as a YouTube channel and it helps us push us out to new fans, more people to banter with, and for you guys in the comments to actually enjoy it. So we appreciate every like that comes our way. We nearly, I think we're like 39 or something like that for 100 already. So it'd be nice. Big up everyone that is here, and I hope you're all having a good day today, man. Regardless of the result, none of you guys are hiding. Whether you're a Man City fan, you're not hiding right now. You're here. Same thing with Arsenal. You had a shit game, but you're here. You're here to run it up. You're a Man United fan and you drew. You're here just like myself. It happens, man. So big up the community that's here supporting Never a Foul. Big up every single time, man. So yeah.
And big up everybody that says Forza Inter. I'm like, I'm so glad that I got these guys to help me support Inter.
So we're going to be here talking about Inter Milan.
Oh, go on, man.
No,
we might have a one-off. We might have a little one-off talk about Inter Milan season at the end just to get Mo pissed off. Who wants Mo to get pissed off? I big up anyone.
Nobody.
Who wants Mo? Who wants to talk about Inter Milan at the end of the show so we can rattle Mo a little bit? Why not? Why not? I think yes. Anyone? I want to know what's people. My dad is an Inter fan. Shin is saying, "Big up Shin." He's that picture's so wavy, by the way. That Goku in the Arsenal top. I don't approve of Arsenal, but I approve of Goku. Is that Goku or is that? No, it's it's Goku. So yeah, man. But yeah, what I was saying with the Ericsson thing. The thing is, we were playing 4-3-3, and we've been talking about this for a long time, Mo. Right? So just the last little part on that. I don't like when Bruno and Ericsson are in the same park. See, the thing is, if you've not noticed, on Match of the Day yesterday, they pointed out Bruno Fernandes's goal involvement. It's gone from 72 minutes to about 101 minutes. This is by season, 1920, 72 minutes. The next season was like 102 minutes. The following was like 170 minutes. I could be wrong. This is just rough. And guess what? In this season, he has a goal involvement every 408 minutes or something like that. So we're seeing this game getting a revolt, a less pressure around Bruno getting what we need. And he's been used as an 8. See, I thought Bruno had one of his better games yesterday. Just because he didn't score or get a goal or an assist or anything, doesn't mean he didn't play well. I thought his game was more refined. And especially as an 8, I like to see it. And I can't criticize his performance. I'll be honest. I watched the whole thing. And I don't want to criticize someone I have an agenda against anyways, because when players play well, props.
I like this, Cass. You're very, very honest about this. When he plays well, give him credit when credit is due. When he plays like shit, we call him out.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like this game was missing a bit of something. I think Fred done what he needed to do. He hounded down, he definitely helped out Luke Shaw as well and everything alongside it. But I thought Fred wasn't really the issue. It's just because he missed the open goal and he picked up some good positions. He moved the ball well. But this game is where I feel like, you know what? You could have put on a Ericsson. The game's in our hands. The second half, we completely dominated. I'm saying for once, Man United dominated Newcastle. They could say, yeah, they're missing St. Maximan, but we were missing a couple of players as well. So you can do tit for tat. Do you get what I'm saying? And even if they did have St. Maximan, but if we had Marcel, the game would have been better for us regardless, because that would have given them more space. St. Maximan pushes up, lots of space in the midfield. We actually ran it. Bruno G got dealt with. Ramirez got dealt with. So I think that game missed a bit of an Ericsson, just that little final edging touch. And as an 8, as we've been speaking about, not as a deep line playmaker, but going forward, Casemiro was one of the best players on the pitch.
Yep.
We're seeing the Casemiro
the pass to Rashford proves that this guy has it, man.
It's not just that. He was switching it to Sancho and everything. It was good. I just felt sorry for Sancho. There was a pass which pissed me off. Fred could have put Sancho in completely down. Trippier was missing. It would have been a 1v1 situation with another centre-back coming back to come cover. Sancho was in with our players. He decided to pass it to the right to Anthony instead. Again, Bruno again. Sancho was in, one pass, decides to give it to Anthony. Just pick your head up, give it to Sancho. Like, he's actually playing all right at the moment. And so I like to see this sort of Sancho. And the team looks fit.
Yeah,
the team actually looks fit. Sancho looks fit. He doesn't look tired after 90 minutes. Rashford looks super fit. Like, the players are running. Casemiro looks fit. Like, I'm eager to see what we do against Tottenham. I'm going to be going to the game and I expect to beat them. They have 2 men in the midfield and I don't really rate their wing backs. I feel like we're going to pin back Tottenham. And I'm not really scared about Harry Kane coming to Old Trafford. I'll be honest, he doesn't really do well there. I think he scored like 1 goal there. The only person I'm going to be worried about is Son. And at this current moment of time, not really. Richarlison, not really. Like, I don't want to discredit Tottenham, but Tottenham away anyways. I have way more confidence that we're going to get 3 points against them. And a game like this suits Ronaldo. You don't need to play a low block. Like, they're going to play the low. Now play Ronaldo. Use your head. But we'll see what happens. Moving. But I don't know
this
what you
game.
think about
Move on.
I want to move on from there.
This game proves that Man United still need work. They don't have all the pieces. And Newcastle are actually stubborn. They are resilient. And I think they can compete to the top with the top 6 teams. I think so.
Oh, shit.
Drawing Man United. Richarlison injured, yes. So Newcastle draw Man City and draw Man United and lost to Liverpool in the 8th minute in a 5-minute injury time. So for me, Newcastle are ready to move to the next level, top 6, maybe top 8 this year, and instead of being 10th. So for me, Leao, guys, is not going to cost 60 million. Leao is going to cost 100 million.
He's not going anywhere in January. He's not going anywhere.
So for me, let's talk about the top of the table. Let's talk about Arsenal a little bit. Ooh. I watched the game as well.
I watched the in-depth thing.
So for me, Arsenal was 0.5 of XG. They didn't create a lot of chances. They created some chances, no clear-cut chances. However, they were resilient. The penalty, Patrick Bamford, I don't like the guy. I don't think he's a Premier League player at all. His movement is not great. His first touch is really, really bad. It's worse than Lukaku, as people want to say. His finishing is not top-notch. The penalty was terrible. And the second penalty that people wanted is definitely not a penalty. And it's not a red card on Gabriel. Gabriel didn't touch him. So for me, it's a fair result.
Yeah, I thought Gabriel, that was bad. I thought, you know what, for one, I don't like Arsenal in it. Everyone knows this, but at the same time, I want to talk fair. That when he got sent off, I just looked at him. I said, I feel so sorry for this man.
Him, right?
He can't catch. This man can't. He can't catch a break. He can't catch a break, honestly. And I just thought, like, you know what, Gabriel, look, they got torn to pieces in that. I did when people said that Leeds popped Arsenal. I'm thinking like, bro, like, are you sure? Like, let me watch
Oh
it.
yeah.
They were that Sinistera guy. Oh my word, they couldn't deal with this guy's movement. It was so unlucky to not get a goal. But the one thing I thought that was a goal, I don't think Bamford actually. He scored a goal and he said that it was a foul. For me, that was soft, very very soft. He just came on and he scored a goal. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
remember?
I thought that was very soft.
That
That
was
push on
soft.
Gabriel it didn't exist. I didn't see it. Gabriel miscalculated where the ball is dropping and he just flopped. He went to the ground.
Yeah.
I thought that was supposed to be a goal. So Arsenal fans this year shouldn't complain about the referees. They shouldn't this year. They have been twice.
Yeah, this year, but they have. You have to keep the same energy. They've been really hard done by in the years by referees. Arsenal in the media, they get slated. They don't get helped by the pundits. If anything, look, I'd hate to say it in it, but they deserve it. They deserve.
But
They
I
deserve
want
a
to get
little
the
bit of
same
this. They
energy,
deserve it.
Cass, for Arsenal. Why nobody talks about Arsenal defending a 1-0 lead against Leeds as the same energy as they talk about Spurs defending a 1-0 lead or something? Why not?
Yeah.
Because they have Saka, because they have Gabriel Jesus,
Saka's
because they have
turning up, by the
Martinelli.
way. This is the Saka we all know as well, by the way. That
Yeah,
was a fantastic goal. I gotta
see the
say, that
finish,
was
though.
a serious goal. I can't believe you know what annoyed me more was Rodrigo switching across the pitch in the manner he did. What are you doing? Are you a nuts? Like, are you stupid? What are you
That
doing?
was absolutely, like, to be honest, that goal should not.
Big up Premsy, by the way.
Premsy, thank you so much for being here, my man. Like, this goal should never happen when a professional player switching the ball blindly like this, and Saka was just hanging out there waiting for the ball. It's stupid from him, and he should be punished. To be honest, he should be benched next game. And he wasn't great in the game. Always had the wrong option, made the wrong decision all the time, and I didn't like it. But if that proves something, you play 10 games. How many points Arsenal have now? 27.
27.
They play 10 games, they lose 1, and they win 9.
And they won the rest.
This is a
have you
Premier
seen a
League
run, by the way?
champion form. I know people want to talk about October and everything, but for every Arsenal fan, it is your time and it is your right to celebrate your team winning 9 games out of 10.
I'm going to share something, by the way. I'm going to share something for everyone to see. The person in the background, if you don't mind, just give me just in the private chat whenever you're ready.
We're not getting him in. So, when we come to his team, he talked a lot yesterday.
But to be fair, we got from Arsenal, we might as well segment to his because he's got a bit of a dancing partner now. So
no. But I still want to talk about what Chelsea, and I'm gonna get him in.
Sorry, no. Forget this. You lot can't decide when I'm joining the show. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm not being told I have to stay.
Anyways, as we was talking about Arsenal, respectfully, I'm just joking. That I'm just joking. My brother. That's a sick top, by the way. Where'd you get that?
Terrace
Colt.
One second. Let me
Big Steve.
Terrace Colt.
Let me see that. Let me see it.
Terrace Colt. This is
Colt, bro.
Big
Terrace
Steve
Colt.
thing.
Come on.
Was that like the Celtic cross? That was like the Celtic cross from back in the day from the Celts.
Yeah,
the Celts, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's yeah. I can't wear that.
I can't wear that as well.
I can. I like the design though. I like the design. I can't wear this. Haram in it, but it is what it is. But for Big Steve, I'd wear it just for them reasons alone. It's not any other reason.
Listen, we have 240 people watching, guys. Get the likes to 150, please. If you're enjoying this stream and if you want to see Dabs talk now, when he's calm now, after he slept well and had nightmares about the game.
Oh, he's got the cap as well.
Yes.
Got the whole
He's got the
shebang.
cap as well.
Oh, even the combats. Come on, even the combats. Come on.
Oh no, they're cold. No. That send me the link. If anyone wants the link, let me know in the comments. I'll get you the
Terrace
link.
Colt. Listen, just Google Terrace Colt and a little one. If you put in City 25, you might get a little bit of discount, maybe.
Text Dabs follow Dabs on Instagram. Text him, and he will give you a code and a link to get a discount.
And
I like those combats though. I'm full for those
I'm gonna get them in beige as well. They're doing them in beige.
I love a pair of combats, especially when it's coming up to this time of the month as well. Oh,
firstly, people,
my period.
I think there's about 250 in here, right?
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Drum those likes. Is it? What is it? He says. Sean says.
Drum the thumb, people. Drum the thumb.
Thank you, Sean. Do exactly what Sean says. Drum the thumb and
salute.
Salute. And a quick one as well to I know a lot of you are big Steve fans. if you stay on this stream, we're going to be going to like 1 minute till 5. And then when we end, if you stay on this stream, it will take you directly to Steve's premiere, which is premiering at 5 p.m. So all of you stay exactly where you are. He was at the game yesterday. He's got a lot to say. So stay here and it will take you straight over there. So smash the likes here and smash the likes there. And yeah, I did sleep well. I'm still pissed off.
So what? So we're gonna see. What you're saying is that we're gonna see some maybe potentially some big Steve tears.
Nah, never.
I can't wait
tears.
for that.
Never
I can't
tears.
wait for that. I know. You know what?
Listen, he'll be rallying the troops. He'll be rallying the troops. He'll be reminding everyone.
Every time they lose, they're gonna talk. They're gonna say we won the league. We won the league, and we're gonna win the league.
I'm not going to say we won the league. What I am going to say is though, I am going to say like I'm going to remind everyone. We've never been invincible. We've lost games every season that we've gone on to a double, a treble, a repeat. You know, it's not 100 points. All that we lost a game every season. People are making out like that's it. City are down and out. Come on, bro.
You lost. Look, we're gonna get onto that later when my man joins. But look, yeah, as you said,
I want to finish the two games.
Yeah, carry on.
I don't know if you watched.
So,
I'm not sure if you watched anything, but Cass was gonna show us that Arsenal will be on 80 points before the World Cup or something.
So someone highlighted something to me about Arsenal have actually got a very good run of fixtures up until January. So I was going to just go through them because I wanted to highlight, because it's a shame that this Arsenal Man City game got postponed, because I would have liked to see what would happen.
Cass, let me ask you something. Is it better for Man City or Arsenal that it postponed after Man City lost yesterday?
I'm gonna be honest. I would be very scared if I was an Arsenal fan coming to play a City that's just been wounded by Liverpool.
I don't, for a while,
but the thing is, I think it's very good for Arsenal confidence, but at the same time, I don't think it really worries City too much. It's better for Arsenal than it is City. It's just that Arsenal, when you're trying to play the teams at the back end of the season, I don't know why I'm doing Dragon Ball Z Fusion but when you're trying to play a team at the back end of the season that's used to that race, used to that kind of that fire, used to the battle and war, I don't want to play City whatsoever. Because see, when Cancelo comes to the back end of the season, you don't see my man putting in mistakes. He says, all that team, fuck that. They're mentality monsters. But at the same time, credit to Arsenal, who we yet to see what they will do at the end of the season. Because right now they've got, this is why I wanted to go through the fixtures quickly, because I want to see who they've got up until the time of the World Cup, and which is what I'm doing now. They've got Southampton away, which Southampton have come into a little bit of form, a tiny touch, but I think Arsenal going to be way too much for them. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they got Nottingham Forest. They're going to absolutely demolish, by the way, at the Emirates.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The only big game I can highlight here.
By the way, you're right, Cass. They'll rip Forest apart at the Emirates. Like I've witnessed City against Forest at the Etihad. Yeah, it's going to be long for them. They're going to get ripped apart by Arsenal. Real talk.
I'll have a look at your April fixtures. Don't you worry, my friend. Then also they got Wolves, which I think that'll be a good test for them. Chelsea, a good test. Then they got West Ham. Oh, they got Brighton. That's in the 26th. So they've
got a great run of games, you know.
So they got Southampton, Forest, Chelsea away, which is, I'm sure they're going to be up and geared for that, and I'm sure Potter would be up and looking for that.
Arsenal generally get a result at the Bridge over the last couple of years, you know.
Yeah, I think it'll be different.
You know what the thing is, Kat?
But then they got Brighton, they got Wolves. They got Wolves at the final game. Yeah.
December 26th and December 30th, the New Year's Eve, and January 2nd, they have games. You know what the thing is? Most of their players are not actually going to play the whole World Cup. That's a positive to them. Yeah. That's the difference between them and City. For me, they're going to have fresh players. Saka, we know that Saka's not going to start every game for England. We know that Martinelli might not start for Brazil. We know Gabriel Jesus now might start. But we're not. Like Xhaka plays for Switzerland. How far can Switzerland go?
Same way. Hold on. Same way. If we're doing that though, you can also say Foden won't start every game for England. Grealish won't start every game for England.
Yeah, well, I see your point there.
Haaland's not even going. You're right.
So that's a big plus for City.
But Alisson will be starting for Liverpool. For Brazil, Ederson won't. But then I do get what you're saying. That Diaz will start probably most games for Portugal. Cancelo will start. Silva will. Yeah.
Exactly. Rodri will start every game for Spain. Kevin De Bruyne will start every game for Portugal.
What we're saying then is the business end of the season is going to be maybe a little bit different this year.
I'm talking about that. Listen, Pep Guardiola said it before. He said that part, that New Year's part and Christmas part is very hard for teams to get through. He said
Yeah.
a lot of games, a lot of players are not focused enough.
Just back from the World Cup. Yeah.
Yes, he said
Yeah.
that would be the hardest part to
I
get
tell you
through.
what,
This-
the
This
January
cannot run.
transfer window this year, the January transfer window is like it's like a get out of jail card this year, yeah. Because whatever happens in the World Cup, there will be injuries, there will be a lot of fatigue, and so if anyone can place a bet on this being one of the highest spending January transfer windows, it's probably worth a flutter because people are going to have to spend big.
Guys, Rodri is gonna start. Busquets are dropping stinkers every
Yeah.
week now in the in La Liga. You guys, if
And
you
they've
watched
been
the El
rotating
Clasico
anyway.
yesterday,
Like,
he was
even if we
shit.
go back to, and even if we go back to 2 years ago, before Rodri was in the form he is now in, he was still being. It was kind of like Busquets would play, Rodri would play, Busquets would play, Rodri would play. So 2 years on, I think you're spot on, Mark. I think Rodri will probably be starting most games now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Big
sure.
up Bailey, by the way, with the super chat saying big up Daps, Casamo, Virgil van Dijk record
Love.
stays with loads of
Absolutely.
red circles.
It does indeed.
Big up Bailey, man. Everyone
Did
has
you
to
watch?
hear
Cass,
again.
did you watch?
Oh.
Go ahead. You want to add another
I was
comment?
just gonna add a little, something,
Do you want me to rap anyone? Lift the mood a bit.
No, we don't.
Good,
Yeah,
bro.
what would lift?
The mood's
I want
Nah,
to.
nah,
There's a
it could be
team going
better.
under the
It could be
radar winning
better.
games, guys.
It could be better. It could be better. Do you know what could make it better though, as well, Mo?
more like
Just more likes. Get us so we're on 103. Get us to 115. There's 270, 280 people in there too. Whatever. Just make sure you're smashing the like button. It helps us out all the time. I said for people that saw it before, it can get boring asking for it all the time. But as the show gets bigger, as the channel gets bigger, it's because of you guys due to likes and people finding us a little better.
Yeah.
So on that note,
100%, that
do
is
smash
it.
the like button.
All you people, like, I don't think you realize, but all you subscribers that watch us like religiously, we love you so much because it's you hitting that like button and you staying with us like from the first minute till the 90th minute, shall I say, and hitting that like button is that then pushes us out when the show ends to all these new people that you'll then see join us. It's helping us grow so quickly. So thank you.
I want to add
But
something.
please,
Depth as well.
Drum that thumb. Drum that
Guys,
thumb.
don't be afraid. Please reach out to us on
Yeah.
Instagram, on Twitter. If you want to see something on the channel, if you want to see a particular show, if you want to see us talk about something, if you have an opinion, we'll listen, we'll respond. Please do get in touch with us on all the social media because we want to know your opinion about the shows. What should we improve? What should we do new? Please let us know. And just it's a message is not going to hurt you, and we'll definitely respond to you. Thank you so much.
You know
for
what? And
watching
I'll be 100. I'm pretty confident that, I mean, while I was doing all the streams I did last night, the amount of DMs I got, the amount of tweets I got, and I've tried. I'm pretty confident I've responded to every single one. Some of them, them ones that pop up where you don't follow them and they come up as a suggested message, and you look at it. It's from a Liverpool fan. Like one calling me a nerd, saying I'm boring to watch, and I'm still responding to him. I'm being as nice as I possibly can. But yeah, we love interacting with people. So right,
no banter is bad banter as long as it's respectful.
Yeah. I mean, I even said just follow my story. You'll see where I am. I'm all over the country. Shout me when I'm near you, and you can tell me to my face that I'm a nerd, and we can go for a drink.
Oh, okay. So should we move on to one of the teams that is going under the radars, 8 points behind the leaders Arsenal, but
Chelsea?
they have a game in hand, and they are, if they win that game, they are 1 point behind City. And
The game in hand is against Liverpool, by the way. So
so maybe Liverpool don't win against Chelsea, you know that. But let me just tell you something. Thiago Silva didn't get the red card against Crystal Palace. Chilwell yesterday, every single person commentating on the game in America, in England, everywhere said Chilwell should have gotten a red card. I don't know if you guys watched that. Stats showing, and it should have been a red card. It was a simple thing. I'm not sure if anybody watched that, but it's a 30 minutes in, and Chelsea should have been one man down. Obvious, but the referee was
again.
It's very obvious. It's not only me saying that; it's everybody. It was like amazed that he didn't get the red card. It's a clear and blatant foul.
Well, you know what was a red card? That Tyrone Mings mistake, that header, bro.
This a record.
Yeah, that's a red card in itself. Honestly, look, I had to speak about the ghost himself because he's a ghost because he just goes missing in games right now. Tyrone Mings is are like
Minging.
he's minging. Like he's just not that guy, and he's not giving Gerrard any faith. But at the same time, I don't think the players have any faith in Gerrard at this current moment of time. They had a few opportunities, like and everything like that. So Chelsea just absolutely just took their chance, got their goals, and they said bye bye. Mount's turning up. I've been saying this as well with
look, I'm a big Mount fan. I always have been, man.
I have as well.
Really? That's you are?
I have.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Do you know
I thought I'm the only one in the world that don't support Chelsea and think Mount is one of the very, very good players between the lines.
I think, like for me, and let me be clear, I always say this, I don't watch every single Chelsea game, but I remember last season when they weren't looking great at one point, he was still that guy that for me, he drives them forward. He's always someone that wants to move forward with the ball and try and progress the game. And he's always trying to make something happen for me. Like, and that's what you need. I still, and I mean, going back 2 years, maybe a bit more, but I wanted to see like Rice, Mount, Foden, Saka, all of them not playing. Like for me, still Foden and Mount long term, I still might think could be England's like central midfield in a couple of years' time. But it's good to see his back. You can tell that this guy's confidence is going through the roof at the moment.
You know what I like to see with him. What Mount? It's not what I like to see. Obviously, not on a rival perspective, but was what Potter's doing with him in terms of his positioning, which I like. So Tuchel always use him out wide, go press out wide, left side, cut inside, do what you do best. It was pretty robotic from him, but he's picking up positions where he's playing a bit like a shadow striker a little bit in Mason Mount. Like the thing with Tyrone Mings, you didn't expect Mount to come and follow up and then go finish that goal. He's picking up more central areas where he's more useful. And not only that, he's dropping a little bit deeper into his 8 role a little bit more, but at the same time, he's not going too deep where he's not going to be effective, but because he's got the engine on him. So he's picking, if you actually watch Mount, it's the positions he's actually picking up, which is what we know where he does his best work. I think we saw a little bit of that when Tuchel first came in to the Premier League as well. Like as well with in his half season, he got many goals, got many assists, and he didn't come off the left too much. It was more the central areas. And if you look at how Potter's using him, it's just what Chelsea need right now to cover for a dysfunctional midfield. You could say a midfield that's not balanced. He's doing everything they need to do. He's coming up. I think he's got 2 goals and 5 assists in total this season now, by the way. So he's coming back on form. He's doing it in the Champions League.
If you look at that over the last couple of games, bro, it's like he's got 2 goals and 2 goals and
5 assists.
No, in the last.
Not in the Prem.
No,
2 goals and 2 goals and what, including Milan?
Nah, not including Milan in the Premier League.
I think that's 2 goals. I think that's like 2 goals and 2 assists or an assist.
Yeah,
so
2 goals, 2 assists in the last 2 games, I believe it is.
3 games, I think. I think he's been involved in since Potter's come in.
Either way, he definitely looks like a player that's thriving. I think you're right. I think I would never be playing Mount out wide for me. He's definitely
he's not useful there in my opinion. He's got too much of an engine. He's not. I get it. You're Sterling. They're gonna have to put up with Havertz for a while. Like I don't think he's that guy. I think he's gonna end up getting sold.
I kind of see him as like the Bernardo Silva type role.
Who's that?
Bernardo Silva type role.
Who?
No, he's more of a guy that plays closer to the goal, scores a lot of goals, plays between the lines. I think he's different.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva's more. Bernardo Silva, what Bernardo Silva does really well is not only his agility, everywhere. His dribbling gets him out of many situations, but then he drags out opponents. You see what he did yesterday? He's been doing it all season. So he goes out wide, like a Grealish or something like that. Goes out wide, doubles up on a fullback, and that therefore creates space for Kevin De Bruyne to do whatever he wants, or Gundogan to run inside.
He's very good,
it could be any type. He's very good at just like you know what's best for it. You think you look at him there. There's Bernardo Silva. Look back. He's not there no more. The second time. Where is he now? He's always.
You know what?
He's very good at being dragged to the ground as well. Like,
you know what? That was brilliant, low. I'm not for a guy that short. Yeah, the way he got up, wanted it with Salah. Van Dijk came over thinking he's going to back down. He turned and looked at Van Dijk like he still wanted some of that.
By the way,
Diaz came first.
Diaz came first.
Huh?
Diaz came to back him up first.
No. Haaland came first, bro. Haaland came flying over there. But listen, that's on me. The game is the game, and I don't want people think that I'm now saying, well, we won because Bernardo stood up to fucking...
Bernardo won, Liverpool nil.
Yeah, there we go.
Should we get on our next? So we're going to talk a little bit on Chelsea, but should we get the guy in?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave him hanging a little bit. We saw him last week. I wonder if he's got... We want to know, by the way, guy in the back, do you have a different opinion on Klopp again. So have you flip-flopped in the space of 7 days you was last on this show?
Cuz, don't big up everyone. Don't try. I've never said Klopp out or Klopp in. I was Klopp deep.
Oh,
I wasn't Klopp out. I've never said Klopp
oh, is
out.
it? Oh, is it? Should we go
I'm
back
just-
on the clip?
You can go back on the clip. I didn't say Klopp
We'll have
out.
to go.
But
Okay.
I'm just happy that he's finally changed the way he played to get a result. Because I'm not. Like, I know I was shameless yesterday, but I've calmed down now. I've let the game.
You weren't that shameless, bro. You weren't that bad.
Yeah,
Do you know
you
what?
said you could see the
Long enough.
defeat.
I wasn't in the
You could
stream
see
long
the
enough.
you could see the defeat in the group chat. But someone else that's changed the way they play, obviously, because we're currently talking about him, is Chelsea. Graham Potter. Is that somebody you're looking at as like, bro, like they could really, they look like they're going to be doing business this season, rather than would they even get top 4?
I think they're going to get top 4 comfortably now. Chelsea actually worrying me. They're actually worrying me because I just heard you in the background. I feel like what Potter's doing with Mount is what Tuchel should have been doing, and playing him more century. I've always rated Mount. Chelsea fans will call him mid to Mount and this and that. He can't play a through ball. I've
Mid to
always rated
Mount.
Mount. He's a quality player, but for me, he's never really at 8. He's got the legs to be at 8. He's got the industry to be at 8, but he's not really an 8 for me. I think if you play him that close to the striker, on, I know there's no real such thing as a 10 anymore, but if you play him in that position, he excels, and it's been evident in the last.
I hear what you're saying.
few
Maybe
games.
10. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the last
yeah.
2 games.
A bit like Rooney used to play for United in the back end of his career. Yeah.
But
I hear you.
I think Mount's been exceptional, and if he continues to play that role, that keeps his head down, and whatnot, he'll have a very good season. Because I never really understood the disrespect for him. They're saying
Now, do you know what it is, bro? The disrespect on Mount from his own fan base, yeah. Because predominantly, I actually think most most people think Mount is good.
Exactly.
But Chelsea's fan base is split on him. But do you know what that is, bro? I'll be 100.
Same
That's
as
something I
Bruno
hope City never
for Man
get.
United
It's-
fans. Exact
is-
same thing for
No,
Bruno.
amongst Chelsea, what it is it's this. The Chelsea fans that are from England like Mount, and for that reason, and if they knock another player, the Chelsea fans that aren't from England just say, this is England tax. You love Mount because he's English. And it's some weird thing they've got amongst their fan base where it's like they're only taking sides on players based on where they're from. And it's like, I honestly found it so weird. Like, I have seen it amongst City before where if I was to say, I've actually honestly seen a City fan once say, a City content creator do a show and not mention Mahrez, and then people be in the comments, why aren't you talking about Mahrez? And the content creator said, because he wasn't playing today. Yeah. And they're like, nah, this is an agenda against Mahrez. It's just weird sometimes where people
I would have Mount.
this-
I would have Mount over Bruno Fernandes all day long.
Oh yeah,
me
for sure.
personally.
No question.
Oh, easily.
No question.
Positionally, the
Ram-
way he gets in that situation. Yeah, man.
Let me ask you something, Rams. Chelsea play United and then they play Arsenal, both at home at Stamford Bridge. If they win, I think they finish above Arsenal this year. What do you think about that?
Whew, that's a big claim.
I actually
Knowing that
agree.
they're 8 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand.
And you know what? I actually
that
agree
changes.
because
That changes things.
let's be honest. As well as Arsenal are doing, it's still predominantly a young team. Chelsea have the experience, the know-how, the leaders in your. As much as I don't rate them at that high, you've still got the Jorginho, you've still got the Thiago Silvas, you've still got big characters in that.
You still
dressing
got
room there.
Aspilicueta.
Koulibaly, Aubameyang, these are experienced players.
Yeah, they do have a lot of experience. So, hold on, Raheem Sterling.
Sterling won
Talking
the
about winning
league how
stuff.
many times? So for me, they have winners. Like
Wait,
I do.
Mo. You said Aubameyang is in experience, not like leadership. He can't lead anything.
No,
no,
He
not
mentioned
leadership, but experience of playing.
He hasn't even
Like
won that much
Aubameyang
either,
still
to be
played
fair.
Barcelona, still played like challenge for the
Has he
league.
won?
in
Hold on.
Germany.
What has Aubameyang won? He must have won
Nothing.
some stuff.
And I called him out
Yeah,
like last week.
he said
Nothing.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
He's only
FA
won
Cup.
He's only
FA
won
Cup. And at Dortmund, he must have won something. At Dortmund
One
too.
German
CFP
Cup.
Pokal, I think.
Yeah,
One
Tuchel, I
German
He
think.
really
Cup
hasn't
and a
done that
Super
much,
Cup.
has he? When you think about
Nothing.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
But he thinks Aubameyang likes to think he's a big player. He likes to think that.
But back to your question.
You're a fan of
Mo.
him, then, Bob.
Back to your question, I actually agree with that because other than recent seasons, United struggle at the bridge. That they do struggle at the bridge, but recent season they've kind of got over that hoodoo. And as much as let's be honest, as much as Arsenal got a result there last season, it wasn't a packed Stamford Bridge. They were going through ownership problems. Roman just left. Brody, they had a lot of things going on, but I think Chelsea probably get minimum 4 points out of their next 2 at home. And I just feel like they have the know-how in the business end of the season, and Daps has alluded to this a lot. We need to still see how Arsenal are going to do now, because I'm giving them their credit. Daps will now give them their credit, but
Chelsea business end of last season were pretty shit.
But I feel this season would be different on the pot. I'm not gonna. I feel like Arsenal.
But then again, why would it not be different under Arteta right now when we're all giving him credit? So why wouldn't it not be different from last season?
Thank you.
Or give the same respect.
If we say Arsenal can challenge for the title, why can't we say like it's the same? I think Chelsea and Arsenal. If Chelsea win, we can say they challenge for the title as well. Who says?
Because
Man City are humans. They lose. So.
Yeah, I was going to say Graham Potter's same respect. Same respect.
Cool.
I'm being serious, Daps. If you lose against Liverpool, what prevents you from losing against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? Like, it can happen. You know what I mean?
Listen,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Mo, I'm glad that everyone is now on the same page as me, because all season, all I have heard is the City have already won the league, right? So now I'm glad that people are like, okay, maybe people
you are closer. You are the favorites, yes, but it's not done. Nobody can say it's done.
But what I was going to say, Graham Potter's never managed a big club. Arteta's been managing Arsenal for 3 seasons, so why are we going to give the same? I love Graham Potter, by the way. I rate him.
This is where personalities come into it. When I look at the Arsenal team, only Partey knows what it's like to be in a title race with Atletico Madrid. When you look at Chelsea, the Aspis, the Kante should probably be back then, but it'll still be a figure in the dressing room. The Kantes, the Thiago Silva's, the
smiling.
Aspis. Say that again.
Smiling, talking like Pingu. Come on, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. I'm joking, but they've got Chelsea have the personalities. I think that will probably be in their advantage. But however, Arteta's installed a different mentality with Arsenal. But if back to Mo's question, I do think Chelsea will probably finish higher now. Honestly, that's no disrespect to Arsenal. Arsenal still challenged, but I think Chelsea will be a stronger challenger.
Yeah. We forgot about Jesus and
Jesus and Zinchenko as well.
But I have a claim now. If Chelsea win against Arsenal and United, I think they actually challenge for the title.
Yeah,
challenge.
You know what? I'm going to say this now. Yeah, not having Reece James, and I think it was a bit evident yesterday as well. They're going to find it hard against Arsenal at the Bridge.
Really?
And you know
but you have to remember that there is a month off in the World Cup, so he has.
I know, but Chelsea are coming up.
No,
but I'm talking about the games now. So why I think it might be a bit of a struggle with Chelsea, even against United, to some respect. As Azpilicueta is not the same man anymore, man. He has to give yards. It's a bit like Coleman at the Everton game. He has to give yards off. Martinelli is going. I feel like he's just going to eat him. He's going to eat that side up more than Saka will probably eat that side up.
Play. I promise you, it's going to be Chalobah play.
I don't know, but we thought it might have been Loftus-Cheek, but I think he got the nod ahead yesterday.
No, Loftus-Cheek is going to be in the. Loftus-Cheek is going to start next to Kovacic in the middle. Loftus-Cheek was brilliant yesterday.
I want to see Rashford. I want to see Rashford against Azpilicueta. I'll be honest. As long as that's the case, I know Martial's back for Tottenham. Thank fuck. But it's just like
again, people with the Liverpool thing that they can challenge for the title because they defended 90 minutes yesterday, and they were just people. You need to stop this. You need to understand that you play one game at home, you defend against the champions elect Man City, and you win the game. Does not reflect how you're gonna play against.
You say no. You say defend though, Mo, but I think you're giving Liverpool a bit of discredit as well. Like
no. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great.
They done well going forward regardless, and keeping control in some moments.
I said yesterday, salute to Klopp to let go of his ego and his pride and defend at home, thinking about the team more than himself. He thought about the club more than himself. He wanted to defend and get the 3 points. And we said it yesterday here, Cass, and that we said that they created about 3 or 4 clear-cut chances on the counter. He let go of his pride about pressing the whole field and pressing for 90 minutes. And that's credit to him. I'm not slandering him. I'm actually impressed by the way he finally was able to change how the team is playing. And at the end, the result showed
we segue in this onto the Liverpool game again. Yeah, we're gonna get our thoughts.
I know where you're going with this, Mo, because we can't then play that way against the West Hams, the Forest.
You can't play this against Man United. You didn't play this against Arsenal away. What did you do? Yeah, you had 60% ball position against Man United away. What did you do? You went and pressed the whole game and you lost. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like He
It's
is
not
not
just-
going to do until I see 5 to 10 games where you control the game and you play the way you want to play and win these games and don't concede first. I'm not convinced that club has to stay in the club. I'm sorry. We know Antonio Conte. This is the way they play and they're winning games. So done, over, get it out of the way. Talk about their terrible brand of football they're winning. Arsenal yesterday, you remember the first game of the season, they defended against Crystal Palace and they won the game. Yesterday, they got battered against Leeds in their 18-yard
And won the
box.
game. And won
And
the
then
game.
I
they
think
won the
Liverpool
game.
can afford.
But
I think
Liverpool,
Liverpool
you
can
never
afford.
do this, Rams. You never do this. You never sit back and receive.
I know.
You're always
And
on the front foot.
That's why the way we played yesterday, of course, we're not going to carry on doing that. It's not sustainable. And I hear what you're saying, Mo. We need to see consistency, because even when I've come back down to earth, whatnot, it was a great result. And I do still think we're going to get. I do still think this has done a lot for us players, because I never thought at all we were going to win this game at all. I didn't think in a million years we were even going to get a draw yesterday. But the fact we won this now, I can honestly see 3 straight wins. They're going to be tough, but I think West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds, I think we'll pick up 9 out of 9. 9 out of 9.
Is it at
Spurs
home?
will be our test.
Is it at home, Rams? I'm sorry. I
West
want
Ham
to
and Leeds. West Ham and Leeds are at home. Nottingham Forest is away. Early
Hold on.
kickoff.
Oh, you play 3 games in a row at home against City,
No.
West Ham and Leeds?
So West Ham's at home. Nottingham Forest is away.
Yeah,
Then
they're
Leeds are at
lucky.
home. Then we got Spurs. Spurs will be the real test. But
Listen, if you win against West Ham, Rams, I'll give you that. But I'm going. If I'm gonna bet this game, I'm gonna bet it's a draw. Again.
I think
Again,
Liverpool
yes.
can afford to
You're
play
gonna
a higher
press.
line.
You're gonna play on the counter, West Ham, and again, your defense on the
Yeah, but
counter. We know
the only
how
thing
it
with
is. Right?
it just depends who their personnel is, because I'm not being funny. I think Robertson can deal with Bowen at Anfield, and I feel like Trent won't have a tough time if he does start.
I don't feel Ibu might not be ready, but if Ibu is ready, I feel Gomez will go on that right side. I know he played.
I wouldn't. Not at Anfield.
I
You
think Gomez
can't
is
change.
right back.
You can't change that lineup whatsoever.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I was
have to
saying this,
now,
bro,
because
bro,
the
bro,
job-
think
injuries as
about
well.
it. Think about 2019 when you were playing with Van Dijk and Gomez as your centre backs. Yeah, you can't I heard how good Gomez is all summer. Yeah, like Liverpool fans were putting this agenda out that they need Gomez back because he walks straight in the England team. And I was knocking it, saying, nah, nonsense. We haven't seen him for so long, yeah? He needs to come back and prove himself. And he hasn't overly proven himself this season. There's been games where he's had stinkers. But yesterday, he was sensational. You can't get a player like that.
Here that's to kind of back up what you're saying.
You can't have a player that you need back to his best. Get him back to his best, and after one game, drop him. That's not going to help him. You've got Gomez back to his best potentially. He needs a chance to build on that. Otherwise, he's just going to.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because we kind of sat back. You didn't see Milner's deficiencies. We're not going to sit back against West Ham. So Cash just said you can't change the back four. We can't keep Milner there right back.
No, that's true. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why for me, if Ibu is fit, I then put Ibu
No,
with.
it is sustainable. I'm sorry, guys. It is sustainable. If you
Milner right back's not sustainable.
No. Let me just clarify. It is sustainable if Jurgen Klopp chooses to play this way. If he wants to play this way for the rest of the season, I guarantee you. By the way, I guarantee you, you're gonna win all the games. By the way, if you defend like this,
let's be real. It's not sustainable.
But it's not gonna happen. Exactly. But it's not gonna happen.
It's not sustainable because of Milner's age. Milner's not going to be able to play.
I mean, but that's what I mean. That's they can choose to defend for the rest of the season, but they won't do it. Jurgen Klopp is not going to do it. I want to share something.
I'm not being funny, but I guarantee. See Trent. I guarantee after watching that City game and not being involved, he's going to be geared up, ready to play next game. I guarantee under the Anfield, he's going to be like, I want to piece that.
Listen, I don't want to say, oh, we defend as well because Trent went in the team, because I think it'll be unfair to say that. But let's say we chuck Trent back in that fold, and then we get decimated on the right hand side again. This is what I mean. I think when a player's in bad form, just keep him out the team.
Yeah, I don't think he should have even been brought on yesterday. I don't get why he was brought on yesterday.
Because you realise you started to get a bit more success down that right hand side the minute he came on.
Yeah, there's no need to rush him back, because bringing him back on, right, when you're 1-0 down, if you lot would have conceded with Trent on the pitch and it ended up a draw, yeah, Trent would have had to hold every single bit of that smoke. It was a massive risk. I'm not going to lie. It was a risk, yeah.
And
it didn't happen, though.
I would introduce Trent against a Forest that are more low block, that will have more possession of the ball.
Yeah, that's a
West
good
Ham
shot. Yo,
will
yeah,
come at us.
he'll flurry against them. Yeah,
Exactly.
he will.
West Ham are going to come at us. Paqueta and Skamaka coming into great form. Bowen fine in form. I don't put Trent back in there because they'll have success.
Let me show you something. Okay, listen.
Yeah, you're right.
Napoli against Liverpool. Look at Liverpool's position on the pitch. They lost 4-1. You played against Man United. Look at where Man United. Look at where Liverpool. That's away, yeah. And you still played higher line, and you lost the game. Against Arsenal is exactly the same. You played higher a little bit, and you lost again. Look at this. Against Man City. Look at this. Sorry, I got it against Man City. It's somewhere here.
I think you just done it.
I think he's just on it, yeah.
Really here? No, this is the Manchester United Newcastle. Oh yeah, against it. Look at this. Look at this. You play.
Wow.
Look at where your defense is.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is if you want to play like look at this is Salah right here, all the way to the side. This is Salah. This is what I was talking about. You can actually play like this all season and win, but you're not gonna do it, and you're only gonna do it against City. You played against Napoli high line, you lost. You played against Man United high line, you lost. You played against Arsenal high line, you lost. Against Brighton, and you conceded 3. That's what I'm talking about. This doesn't prove anything for anyone in this Liverpool squad. Thiago yesterday was just marking Kevin De Bruyne. He was not Thiago, the game controller.
Thiago was quite poor yesterday. I'm not going to.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, how? I thought he was all right.
I thought it was great. De Bruyne had a sniff. De Bruyne yesterday had the one sniff, and you're lucky you are not. They didn't score. Haaland just played it in Alisson's hand. But other than this, I forgot that the Daps didn't you like yesterday? Did you see De Bruyne yesterday after that chance? Did you see De Bruyne play at all? He was hands up, pass me the ball. Why I'm not receiving the ball?
Yeah.
It was all from the left because Thiago left the whole game.
Thiago was good
just
yesterday.
like, this is not gonna receive. This guy's not gonna receive.
See, the regard I hold him in and what we applauded him on his ball retention, whatnot. I don't know if you lot saw Thiago's giving the ball away a lot of times. And City hit us on the transition, but wherever we were already deep, we were able to deal with it. But I just feel, Mo, I actually agree with you. Even if we just, I'm not saying do that all season, even if we just do that up until the World Cup, just to get results.
Against Chelsea, you can do it. If you play against Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a bit like, do you remember Jose Mourinho tactics against Hazard for Man United? He just stuck under Herrera.
Herrera was just on it. You see that clip where
following all games,
Yeah.
bro. And that's what you call a tactical masterclass, because it's like, look, you just took out the most creative player. Like De Bruyne again yesterday. I didn't want to say it, but again as well. I was thinking like, where's De Bruyne? I ain't really seen this game. But he'll pop up and give you a chance.
Strange that it was
you know what it is?
Yesterday. It's very strange. It was Thiago. Like he chose Andy Herrera to do it. This guy Jurgen Klopp is bold enough to choose Thiago, like his best midfielder on the ball. Like forget about
because you still because you need your defensive midfielder. Still need Gundogan, who I thought was one of City's best players yesterday.
Gundogan was good yesterday. Gundogan was good.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I wasn't sure if you were going to, if anyone that wants to now try and say, "Oh, De Bruyne's not a big game player" or anything. Yeah.
No,
He's done it in more than enough big games. But I do agree yesterday, whether it's maybe Mo's right and he was neutralised by Thiago, but I don't think De Bruyne had his most influential game. At the same time, you know, he did create the opportunity for Haaland
to win the game. To win the game when he would. Yes.
But this is the thing. Like, I will never. I saw what happened last season, yeah. And when I was like, I don't know who's going to step up. I think when we dropped points to Palace after that game, De Bruyne stepped up and just grabbed City by the scruff of the neck. And pretty much every other game, he would be getting a goal or an assist. Pretty much a goal, I think, every other game. He was dragging us over the line. We didn't see that De Bruyne yesterday, but it is what it is. You know, people have off days.
You're distinctly average, but that is a compliment. So, but
you know what I mean?
Well, that's fair. Average, yeah. De Bruyne was average yesterday. I mean, De Bruyne's average is far better than Bruno's average.
Not average.
Right?
Oh, hell yeah, 100%. Without a doubt. De Bruyne actually created 3 chances or 4 chances yesterday. Still, that's different.
I mean, do you know what? It's funny because people have like. One thing that's irritated me a bit.
Substitutions, man. We need to talk about Pep's reluctancy on doing substitutions. I thought yesterday was screaming
No,
for
not always, bro. Yesterday, He's been making a lot
Yesterday.
of subs this season, bro.
Daps,
Like,
you know
and,
what?
and
I
we
know
can even
that,
go
but
back.
yesterday-
Hold on,
Daps,
we
a
can
lot
also,
of people
hold
don't
on.
know why Grealish was not used at all. Can you
Yeah,
answer?
I thought you'd
You
been
know the
perfect.
answer.
I'm
You
not
don't
Pep,
know.
man. Jesus, I
Exactly.
wish I knew the answer. I would
I
have started
promise
Grealish.
you, nobody in the world, even his assistants, don't know why he didn't sub in Grealish.
Well, no. Because if you look at it, right, what we just said was straight away. Who was one of City's better players yesterday?
Gundogan.
Gundogan.
Right. Okay. Cool. So
Would you
Gundogan.
say Bernardo as well? Because
No.
I thought
Yeah,
Bernardo was
yeah.
quite decent.
Yeah. But this is a thing that straight away, right? If it's usually Gundogan or Bernardo. If Gundogan and Bernardo are playing, then the person that's going to hold it is Grealish. There's no one else. What? Are you not going to start De Bruyne? Because you're going to start De Bruyne. You're going to start Foden, right? You're going to start Rodri, yeah? So the three ones that were the uncertainties were Grealish, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva. Now, Bernardo Silva, the energy, you need his energy, right? And then Gundogan, I presume, well, he was one of our better players, but probably for the control in the middle of the pitch. So then it's Grealish. And look, I wanted Grealish to start, but, you know, Pep's made that decision. That's on him. I can't answer it. I don't know. But can I just say, all these stuff that are coming out, like, it's irritating me a bit where people are like, Van Dijk pocketed Haaland, Gomez pocketed Haaland. Haaland had opportunities. If a player was getting opportunities that haven't been pocketed, do you know what? Alisson, salute. It was Alisson. And by the way, I'm not slandering Gomez and Van Dijk. They're both, your whole defense played very well. Robertson also, and Milner. But this pocketing thing, I was wrong. I said he'd get a brace. And if I need to hold that, you can say, Daps, you got it wrong. I got it wrong. But I don't think that means that Haaland was necessarily pocketed.
That's what I was going to say. That's that fans will be fans will troll. But when you pocket someone, that means they don't get a sniff. Haaland had a sniff. He had about 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Our back four was excellent. Like, I never thought Gomez and Milner down that right-hand side were putting that performance that they did. But for Liverpool fans to say, we pocketed them, we didn't, because had that ball that De Bruyne plays into him and he heads it right into Alisson's hands, and even the shot that Alisson went down and got his hand to, I don't feel Haaland set himself properly. If Haaland sets himself properly, because he was kind of like swinging at it, but I just
and there's a few other chances where I think Haaland could have maybe. There was a few times where I think City players, not just Haaland to be fair, made the wrong pass a few times. I know, Cass, you're going to say that he was pocketed because that's your.
No, I was going to say if anyone was pocketed, I was going to say your whole team got pocketed, but more so Foden got pocketed by Milner.
First half, I don't think second half. I think second half.
I thought second half. I think you should have changed the shape a little bit. I would have brought Alvarez on probably for Gundogan anyways, a bit earlier. But I would have probably taken off Foden more or Bernardo, one or the other for Grealish a lot, just to get into the game a little bit, draw fouls. So that means when you've got the ball coming up the pitch, it stops the counter attack league like a little bit more because they know Grealish got the ball. They're gonna have to go foul him or something like that to get him off the ball. And he would have probably utilized that space a little bit better than Foden did against someone like Milner, anyways, who was having a decent game. So get in the box, draw a defender, something else. So Haaland has that.
Look, I would have started.
I would have thought that.
But you know, who am I to fucking question Pep Guardiola?
The thing is with Pep, the thing is a mad genius is like Pep. I just thought yesterday he just overthought
exactly what I said, bro. Who am I to question Pep Guardiola?
Do you know what?
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Do you know what?
I'm sorry, Dom. Go ahead.
Just one last thing. What didn't do you any favors? That says you don't do this at Anfield, regardless how poor we've been. When Pep riled up our crowd, you shouldn't have done that. You just don't.
Yeah, that was on him. The worst thing is he knew it last season. He knew it last season because the first 30 minutes he made sure that we didn't attack you too much and we kind of calmed the game down because he knew what Anfield. And I'm not going to lie, from the beginning of the game yesterday, I was like, fucking hell. It surprised me a bit because of how like the atmosphere at Anfield hasn't been good this season. It was like, shit, they're up for this. And there was a few turns of, I'm not going to lie again, the disallowed goal. That for me, there's debate. I know there's lots of debates about decisions. That one for me, look, is it weak by how we might want the game to be played? Yeah, possibly. But the rules are the rules, and we know the rules. You can't. And you know what? Pulling at a player for like that is one thing, but holding on for 3-4 seconds is like, bro, come on, man. There's videos watching you right now. So if a goal is scored, they're gonna go back and look at it, and it's gonna be picked up.
You freeze opinion on Anthony Taylor. How do you think the game went for him? Because I think he was quite consistent.
Yeah,
He
I
was.
thought he
I
was
think. I
consistent.
think the one thing Pep said. Look, do you know what? I don't even want to. Pep said what he said. I think he said, the ref had told my assistants that he was going to let the game play go on, and he did until that, and then he stopped it. But it's like that wasn't really him. That was VAR. Look, that
Yeah.
wasn't him. That was VAR.
Yeah.
But we have to remember that was Pep when he just had everything that was going on in that game. He at the moment being asked. I get why players. I mean, we can sit here look at it afterwards and go, yeah. I think there's a handball as well, which I hadn't seen until someone's sharing now. But again, look, my whole thing on anything is swings and roundabouts. We can't expect refs or VAR to get it right because, quite frankly, they don't. Yeah. So for us to try and cling on to it and hold on to these is like, no. I always say it, so I have to stick by it. Swings and roundabouts. If you don't get a decision, work harder and get the win, right? Because you can't rely on refs and VAR. You have to work harder. I always say it to Arsenal, stop worrying and concentrating on the ref not giving decisions. Your team need to step up and think, we want to win this game by any fucking means. We didn't get that decision, so no problem. We go again. And
We're
talking
talking about Arsenal. I said I'd do this for this guy earlier. So he said, let me show you Arsenal's fixtures at the end of the season, April. So that's what I'm doing right now. They got Leeds United. That's a win for me. Then they got Liverpool away, West Ham away, Southampton, who might be in a relegation, but the last teams you want to be playing are teams that are fighting for relegation.
Fucking hell, that does look quite difficult.
Man City away, Chelsea, Newcastle away, Brighton as well. Who knows? Wolves and obviously Nottingham Forest. That's
so the last three are all right, yeah. But the thing is,
maybe
things can be decided. You know what? All I'm saying is it's from like late January, but more for me, February to May is the peak time because this is where you got to remember January. You don't have Europe. You don't have.
I'm looking at the January fixtures. Right, Newcastle, Tottenham, United, Everton away, Brentford.
You know another thing we all have to remember as well. Do you know another thing that's going to be really interesting? I can see maybe for the first time. Well, I can see a lot of clubs playing weaker teams in it. Is the Carabao Cup usually starts in like late August? Yeah. We don't play the first Carabao Cup game until
mid-November, I think.
Yeah, we got Chelsea. I can't remember what. So
I think there's an FA Cup game in there as well.
Anyone that goes further in the Carabao Cup, so it means that between January and May, we're also going to be playing more games in the Carabao Cup than we ever have before. If you can't stay in it,
you can't just forget 1 month of fixtures. That's like a good 8-9 games you have to catch up on, regardless, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like you can't forget about that. So that's just that has to get fitted in somewhere. So I don't know how they're going to fit in, but they claim they know.
They need to. For me, they just extend. There's no big tournaments next summer. For me, just extend the league into May.
Yeah, but the only thing is that players going to want their rest. Like we played too many games and everything else. They're going to want, if anything, they're going to want more of a rest.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what? We've extended it for other things before. So why not Look, all of this should have been mapped out a long time ago. I know we couldn't understand the whole passing of the Queen, rest in peace, but we knew there was a World Cup, right? This should all be planned. We should all know what's going on. But anyway, it is what it is. And Rom's salute for yesterday. I can't say there's nothing that I can say. Like, you lot were the better team on the day. It doesn't impact the title race, in my opinion. The only thing I would say is we could have put another nail in Liverpool's coffin, and we didn't. And this could really start some momentum for Liverpool because getting a bounce back against Rangers or getting a bounce back against Bournemouth is one thing, but getting a bounce back against City as a Liverpool team, that's a big deal. That should build some confidence.
I just want to give main praise though to Joe Gomez because I know Salah will grab the headlines, big game player, you know what I mean? But the way Joe Gomez kept cutting off the passing line from Foden and Gundogan and KDB in that position, I think he was immense. I thought, there's sometimes them games in your career. I didn't think Joe Gomez could come back from that Napoli game. I thought he'll be a bit part and he'll fill in, but I didn't think he'll get a nailed on start at all. But due to unfortunate injuries, he took his opportunity by the scruff of its neck. But the way he kept cutting out, he was, for me, Salah got the winning goal, but he was the main reason we won that game yesterday.
I kept thinking sometimes, because my eyes aren't great, I kept thinking at times, that was Van Dijk. Then I'd be like, fucking hell, it's Gomez.
That was Gomez, yeah.
Wow, it's Gomez.
The only thing one thing I'd say Van Dijk did very well is, and credit, people can cuss Cancelo whatnot, but for Cancelo to get that cross from a switch it was looping, and for him to get that on par with Haaland, for Van Dijk to get his head under it and put that over the bar, that's excellent piece of defending, because that could have been an own goal. If sorry to flip it to you, Kaz, but if that's Harry Maguire, that's ending up in the back of the net or something.
Well, Harry Maguire
why say
wouldn't have
sorry?
been in the right position.
He wouldn't even, he wouldn't even be in there, man.
Even
Fuck
be there.
Harry
He would
Maguire.
have been out. Like,
He's not even a right centre. He's not even a right centre back at that.
we remember
Fuck
Dab
Harry
said
Maguire,
that
man.
yesterday. Actually, this whole Liverpool cycle, this whole dominant Liverpool cycle started with Gomez and Van Dijk in the back.
Yeah.
In 2017, when Van Dijk came.
I think Robertson had been spoken enough yesterday as well. I think Robertson came back, and I knew Robertson was going to come back and make an impact, because he is, for me, like I said, over the last 5 years, he's potentially the best left back the Premier League's seen in the last 5. So,
I know it's cliche, but he definitely. I know we always get the violins out, but he actually needed rest, because them qualifiers against Ukraine, whatnot, he hard, and then he comes.
Very true.
I think it's a quick turnover, and then he comes back. He just looks spent. So him getting an injury, of course, I don't wish injury on any player, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise for him, because now he just looked reinvigorated and he's ready to go again.
But anyways,
I
get past this. Guys, if you are here, make sure you're smashing the like button. Just help out the channel a little bit. Why we need this, it just helps our algorithms out. I'm sure we keep drilling it into you to like the video. It's just always a reminder. People forget. We're nearly on 150 likes. I think we're like 2 away. So if you don't mind, hit the thumb, drum that stuff. And we're going to talk quickly before we wrap it up in the fixtures right here. So I'm going to quickly go through them quickly. Just say who you think is going to win, kind of thing. I think it's easy enough to say Brighton's going to beat Nottingham Forest tomorrow, Tuesday,
Yeah.
Easy. Crystal Palace v Wolves at Crystal
game.
Palace.
Big
That's a big game for Palace. They're both fighting down there. They both need 3 points. I think this ends in a draw, though.
Yeah, I think that's got to draw it in all over. Because even Leeds, even though Palace won that game, if Leeds were a bit more potent, Palace don't win that game against Leeds. I think it was last weekend, but I think that's got to draw written all over it, man.
Yeah, 100%. So I feel like it's got draw written all over it. Bournemouth, Southampton. That's a derby down in the south of the near the coast. So
Bournemouth win.
Yeah, I fancy a
Bournemouth. Yeah, I fancy. Yeah, put a bit of respect on Bournemouth. Liverpool, West Ham. I think Liverpool win this game, and I think they actually win it.
Liverpool.
I think this has got 2-0 written over. I think Salah scores another one.
Yeah, I think 3-1. 3-1 Liverpool.
I think it'll be a high scoring win. I can see 3-2. West Ham will run us to the wire again, but I think we win that 3-2.
A draw.
A draw. Okay.
Yep.
Brentford v Chelsea. I think this is going to be a. I know
derby
Brentford
as well. Little derby.
Brentford as well. I think they're gonna. I think this is going to be a close game.
3-1 Chelsea.
I'm going to say 2-1, but I'm going to actually say it could go either way. I think it really can. I think it can go either way. I'm not disrespecting Brentford at the same time, because they did play well their last game out. Ivan Toney and that. That's the risk. But I know Arsenal went to Brentford, smashed them. Why can't Chelsea? But I think it could be either a 2-1 win either way or a draw. I think it's just going to be a close game than people think, because it's just I'm still wary about Chelsea's away form slightly. Newcastle v Everton, again a close scoring game. St. Maximan looks like he's out for that game as well. I think Newcastle is they should in respect they should win. They should win, but I think Everton will make it tough, and I think Calvert-Lewin is back as well, so that's another option. But Newcastle,
he's not a football player.
I'm gonna say it here, but I think this has got 1-1 on it. I don't know why.
Newcastle win.
3-1. I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah. Newcastle win. I think
James
Newcastle
Park,
will
of
win.
course. Man United v Tottenham. One that let's say that Fulham v Aston Villa. Interesting. Fulham's dropped points recently. Aston Villa need this win. I think we was talking about you two as well, Daps. If Gerrard don't get a result here, I think we could be looking at him getting sacked. Like, honestly, I think it will be the perfect time to get them sacked as well.
Yeah.
You can't be going to a new promoted side and think, oh, they're tough. You should be winning this game. If they don't win, I think this could potentially be the end of Gerrard. What about you, Mo?
I think I don't see anything that Aston Villa does that is different from before. You know what I mean? Like, it's just garbage football.
I feel like Gerrard tries to play a little bit too much.
But it's not working for him. Like, you need to be smart. You need to know. You know what? You need to play with the hand you're dealt. And he thinks that Tyrone Mings is Diaz. He thinks that Konsa is Van Dijk. Like, he wants to play high line and leave Konsa and Mings
Man,
One on
That's
one
a
in the
Thursday
back.
game. We literally got a week of Premier League games every day. We got a Premier League game.
he's
Yeah,
being
lovely.
Gerald's problem. He's being too naive. He thinks the players he have are better than actually what they are. That's Gerald's problem. And
You
let's be
think
honest.
McGinn is Bernardo
Mm.
Silva?
Let's be
Also-
honest. That's my club legend, but he's fortunate. I'm not even sure how he's still in that job. To be fair, did you hear the boos all around Villa
Yeah.
defeat? It was
He's
crazy.
He's playing. What's his name? Watkins, right? Ollie Watkins. He's playing a left wing, asking him
Ah.
to cross and stuff. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Another manager that could be getting sacked, but I don't think yet. They played well in the 0-0 draw against Palace. I feel like that's more of a lesson that we need to see. Just there was not much of a cutting edge. Leicester v Leeds. I think this is an interesting game. I think there's going to be goals in this one for sure because Leeds don't like to just sit back and do nothing.
Yeah.
They're going to go and attack. I don't know.
think
Maybe
Leeds and
I see Leeds winning.
Yeah, I think Leeds and
I see-
I'm
Leeds
gonna
winning.
put a Leicester win on this one. I'll be
Yeah,
real. I'm gonna say
same.
2-1.
You
2-1.
reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of the games that
3-1
You
Leicester.
We all
watch-
predict-
I watched
we all
the
predict-
game against. I watched the game against Palace, man. It's just
Yeah, but we
it's
all
a,
predict.
it's
The thing
a
is,
dull. You know
Leeds-
what I mean? A dull
Leeds at
football.
home. Leeds at home to compared to Leeds away is a different
Yeah.
brand. And I'm
Palace
gonna put-
away.
It's
They
like-
play
the thing
Palace
is,
at home as
we
well.
all
Cass.
predict.
Guys,
We can all
didn't
predict
Leicester
this.
go ahead to
These got-
Bournemouth? Leicester went ahead to Bournemouth the other day, didn't they? And ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
losing the game.
No, I don't know if they lost. Did they lose? Was it them? I'm
Yeah,
not too
yeah.
sure.
They were up 1-0 and they lost 2-1. But that
2-1,
was
But the thing
away.
is with-
That was
but the
away
thing is with-
drums. That was
the
away.
thing,
at
the,
Bournemouth.
yeah, the thing is
No,
with
it was
this
at
though.
Bournemouth.
with-
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing is
the
with
Bournemouth-
Leicester, the thing is with Leicester and everything alongside that, it's just that all these games we're going on the favourites, what we think of the favourites currently. I think this could be the one that has a bit of a different
Yeah.
results. But
Maybe.
last one, I say it to last before we wrap up quickly. Before this guy, this will go on to Big Steve's Premier. He's literally going live pretty much now to
He's
shed
live.
some
He's live
tears.
now. Yeah.
He's live now. It will redirect you
You
straight
stay
after
here
this.
and you'll go straight over to it at the end.
Yeah,
So
don't
you
worry,
smash a
you'll be
like
there.
here, then you go over there. Boom.
Quick one, Man United v Tottenham. I'm going to say this quickly and nicely. I'm just going to say 2-0 Man United. And that's not me being biased or anything. I just genuinely believe we beat Tottenham because Tottenham away, not the greatest. They're going to have most of the ball. And I just don't think they're going to really hurt us in the counter-attack when especially they don't even have Richarlison on the field. So
And
I
there's
think it's going to
there's a preview for that one, right?
tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Myself, Saeed, George, and also George and George Achillia, all on the same channel.
You know
Tomorrow
what?
at 5 p.m.
You know what, Kaz, though, quickly, though, I feel that if they played a 3-5-2 with Son and Kane close to the goal, I think they could cause you. I can see that being a draw. High scoring.
Yeah,
draw.
I can't see it. I can't. You know why I can't see it? Because I feel like with this, see, Tottenham don't play good ball, but they just been winning penalties. A lot of their games, 4 out of 5 last game, they got penalties. I think Varane. I'm not gonna lie. Martinez, Varane, and I even think Casemiro and one fullback is just enough to stop that whole thing. And their midfield played 2 in the midfield, and I think that benefits Man United to an extent. I don't rate Dyer. I still don't rate Tottenham, but they're getting results and respect it. But these bigger games when they're gonna come, we'll see what Tottenham are made of, anyways. And we'll see what Man United are made of. But big up everyone that's in the show. Make sure you're liking the button, smashing the like button as well. All that good stuff. Big up everyone that's tuned in. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. with Saeed and George Achillia on the preview show. So yeah, man. Anything else? Want someone to say quick? No. No.
Smash
No.
them, lads. Have a good evening.
It's a big game.
Salute to
player.
everyone. Salute to Ron for coming. Love to Mo
Yeah.
and Cass. Everyone have a good evening. Oh, and I'll be on Matisse's show at 6 p.m. It's called Battle of the North, but I'm calling it Rattle of the North because Sam's going to rattle me. So,
That's a
There you
great
go.
show. That's a great show with you.
it's not a great show today, but yeah.